Hi, my name is Brent Atwater. I'm the animal medium. That's right, I look at, see, and talk face to face with pet spirits. And today we have a really interesting question, but before we get to it, I'd like to remind you that we have a radio show over on PetLifeRadio.com that helps with pet loss. We have 24/7 podcasts there, so check us out. And do take time to look through the archives. We have lots of questions, and of course we're doing more and more every day. So we think that you'll find an answer that will help your heart heal. If you'd like, join our Facebook group. We have a wonderful pet group with people all over the world, and we get a lot of our questions there. Or you can email me, send it via Twitter, or Instagram me. So lots of ways you can send in your question, and I really have fun answering these, so thank you so very much. All right, today's question, Kim says, you know, you talk about pets coming back or pets being with us to learn lessons together so that our soul evolves. So can you give me some examples of what my pet and I have together to learn and some of the lessons that we do learn together? All right, here's about 5 examples that I could think of rather quickly. Number 1, let's say that you're an introvert and you've got the cutest little fluffiest little piece of fur that's just ever moving, and every time you go out, everybody wants to see Fluffy. That's the cutest little dog I've ever seen. Ooh, that's the prettiest little cat I've ever seen. Can I hold your bird? Well, inadvertently, what's happening is your pet's soul is drawing people to you, and you then expand your social life around your pet. There was also an article written one time that says, when my dog died, I didn't have friends anymore, because every time I went out to walk my dog, everybody would come up and gather around and say, oh, that's the prettiest dog I've ever seen, and they would start a conversation. So it's proven that socially, animals taken out for their walks do increase your social interactiveness with other people. So that's a lesson you can learn with your pet. You can be more introverted, and your pet can teach you to be more socially interfacing with other people. And then when your pet crosses to the other side, hopefully you remain interfacing with the people that you've met while you had your pet. The second example is, let's talk about the fact that you're a growly bear. You snap at everything and you yell. And you've got this little poor precious puppy that's just cowering because you're going, don't do that, don't touch that. And all of a sudden they're so energy sensitive that it absolutely ruins their life. Now, in time, you sort of go like, okay, and you figure it out. And you stop yelling at the puppy, and you stop yelling so much, and you learn that if you're quiet and say sit, stay, down, come, that you get a much better response. And that's an animal teaching you how to interface with animals and humans in a different way that changes the results for a more positive outcome. And think about that. I mean, with Friend, he is super energy sensitive. So when I started this and I was just yelling a minute ago with the video, he got up and moved to the other side and got real close to me. I've learned that if I yell at him, you can forget it. He fights back, it ain't gonna work. But if I do, sweetie bye, and all my little love words, oh, he's a piece of wuss on the just whatever you want, and he behaves very, very well. So he has taught me, don't try to dominate me. Let's work together as a team, and a lot of pets will do that. A third way is, let's suppose you don't care about time. You come ambling in at dinner at about 5 o'clock, and then you don't get home till about 7. Now, you were supposed to come in at 5 because the schedule to potty was at 5 o'clock, and then you go out and meet your friends for dinner. But you forget, and all of a sudden, here's your little fella holding everything in tight, and after a while they get a bladder infection because they're having to hold themselves so long because you're not coming home on the schedule that you originally set. Or you didn't change the litter box when you were supposed to change it, and the whole house is smelling up. Well, that's an example of a pet teaching you that your accountability to your schedule affects other beings. You know, a lot of people say, well, I'm always late. No, you're not always late. Late is a choice. And if you're late all the time, you just come hanging in any time and you end up with your pet having a urinary tract infection or pooping on the floor, it's not their fault. When you train them as a puppy, they were supposed to go out at 5:30, and here you're still hanging out in the bar till 9, or over at your girlfriend's till 11, or, you know, meeting somewhere. Doesn't work that way. So pets can teach a lot of accountability and responsibility to a person who otherwise has sort of been wayward and didn't think about it. The fourth example is listen to your intuition. Now this is one that I had to learn the hard way. I had a wonderful little Persian cat named Harry, and she was just the love of my life. And she would sleep up beside me, beside my pillow, and that morning she came and made a memory moment. We got a video on that. And was right there with me, and I was in a hurry to get to an office meeting. Well, everything inside of me said, don't let Harry out. So Harry goes to the door, and I'm standing in there with heels, putting on my briefcase and trying to run out the door, and I said, Harry, I can't let you out. You don't need to go out now. And she turned around with this most beautiful little face, meow. Can I go out? Harry, I don't want you to go out. And she turned around and went, meow. And everything inside of me was saying, don't let Harry out. But she turned around with these Orbis green eyes and said, in just the most loving way. And I went, okay, Harry, I'll let you have your way. I'll let you out. So I let her out. And all the way to the thing, I'm going, you know, I shouldn't let Harry out. The roofers are coming today, and they're going to be working on the roof. And, okay, fast forward. So I go home, no Harry. I never saw Harry again. So I learned, always listen to your intuition. And sometimes pets teach us that. And I wish Harry hadn't chosen to be the one to teach me that, but she was. And the last example I'm going to give is people who invest all of their emotions in their pet. They dress them up, they teach them as a child, they put them over everybody around them, and basically they interface their emotions only with the pet. Now, we get a lot of folks like that, and what happens is when the pet dies, the person is just lost, just absolutely, completely lost. But the lesson that they were to learn together is that pet usually does not reincarnate, because the lesson is to have a balanced life. You interface with humans and pets, and you don't invest all to the extreme of your emotions in a pet. You have friends, you have acquaintances, you have people you do things with, you have office workers, and all of these people in your life interface socially with you and emotionally with you. So people who are stay-at-home or really reclusive or, just invest everything in a pet. Well, when you see that, since I've been doing this for almost 20 years, you know that that pet's not coming back, because the lesson that they're to learn is the pet left so that they can, as a human being, learn to interface with human beings. And that's a hard one, because those people are just like left without anything. They just feel like they'd like to leave Earth. They don't want to live because everything was invested in that pet. Well, balance is about everything being invested in a pet and having social human interactions emotionally. So Kim, I hope that answers your question. That's a sample. If you'd like to send in your question, do so through my website and Twitter. Or you can find us on Instagram. Have a lot of fun stuff over there. And visit us in our pet group on Facebook. Thanks for listening. I hope you'll subscribe. Check out our archives. We've got a lot of stuff there. And I'll see you next week with another question. Bye, bye, bye.